Here's the surprising truth nobody tells you about those huge age gaps in relationship. You see it everywhere, right? Powerful older men, younger women. Why? Some contents actually dig into the why, like this hugely popular psych hack, psych hacks video. He talked about why men like younger women. The reason that is so obvious it needs to be said, which racked up hundreds of thousands of views exploring that exact question. But beyond the attraction, what really going on beyond the surface, right? Everyone talks about the glamour, maybe the controversy, but here's what nobody tells you about the hidden psychological dynamic and the potential long term fallout. And frankly, this topic hits close to home for me. I'm a father to three amazing girls. I've been married for over 11 years. And for the last 3 years, I have worked as a mental health counselor and advocate. So when I see these stories, I don't see headlines. I think about the real people involved, the potential vulnerabilities, and the conversation we need to be having in our own families. Because sometimes the reality beyond the headline is incredibly stark. Look at the recent news involving NFL Hall of Fame Shannon Sharpe. As of April of 2025, this year, right? He's facing serious allegation in a multi-million dollar civil suit filed by a woman he reportedly started dating when she was just 19 or 20, and he was in his mid 50s. A massive 35-year age gap. I think it was like $50 million. The suit alleges a disturbing pattern of manipulation, control, and abuse developed. Sharp denies these claims vehemently. Okay, he denies it. Okay, we are not here to decide guilt or innocent. That's not what I'm about. But cases like this forces us to confront the uncomfortable power imbalance baked into these relationships. As a dad and as a counselor, it makes me ask: is it just romance, or is it something else? Something more complex, even dangerous, often at play. Let's unpack this. Hollywood has a long history of normalizing, even romanticizing these age gaps. Okay, there's tons of content. Okay, this constant exposure can desensitize us. As a parent, seeing this normalization worries me. It makes me it makes these parents seems normal, even aspirational, without questioning the underlying dynamics. Psychologists urged us to look closer at the issue, the gap. Let's see. Let's break down the psychology. Why might these dynamics be problematic? First, the power imbalance. Okay. Research highlights by the National Institute of Health points to these statues as asymmetry. The older partner often has more mature life experiences, financial resources, even physical size, potentially leaving the younger partner with less power to navigate the relationship safely. Second, the developmental differences. A teenager brain is still developing. Okay, thinking about my own daughters or the young people I sometimes see in my counseling work. The idea of them navigating a relationship with someone decades older with such different life experience and perspective, it really highlights the potential vulnerability. The priorities, perspective, and needs can be fundamentally misaligned with someone in a vastly different life stage. Now, and sometimes these power dynamics aren't just present, they are deliberately exploited. The term grooming is often associated with the abuse of children. But the tactics, when these tactics are employed, Even if the younger partner is legally an adult, the relationship isn't built on equal footing. It is built on leveraging an imbalance of control. That's problematic. What are the potential long-term mental health consequences for the younger individual in this dynamic, especially if the relationship involves control or exploitation? All the potential long-term impacts can include damage to self-esteem, identity, trust issues, mental health challenges, social isolation, regret, loss of youth, and so on. And from my professional experience as a counselor, I can tell you this isn't just theoretical. Okay, I've seen firsthand how relationship dynamics marked by significant power imbalance or control can impact self-worth, trust, and the ability to form healthy connection long after the relationship itself has ended. It is important to say not every relationship with an age gap is inherently predatory or doomed. It's not. I want to preference this right now. So, what does society, particularly celebrity culture, often seem to give these relationships a pass? Maybe we are starting to question the narrative more critically. I certainly hope so. Ultimately, relationships are complex, but when one partner holds vastly more power, experience, and resources than the other, especially when the other person is navigating the already turbulent waters of adolescence or young adulthood, we must look deeper than the surface. Look, as a father of three girls, happy to marry for over a decade now, and as someone deeply committed to mental health advocacy, I'm asking you to bring this conversation into your home. Talk to your parents. If you're a mother or father watching this isn't just celebrity drama happening out there. Think about the young people in your life. Let's talk to our kids, our sons and our daughters about what healthy relationship looks like. Let's talk about the power dynamic, about respect, about consent, and about recognizing red flags. Let's challenge the narrative that normalize potential exploitations, whether they come from Hollywood or anywhere else. We need to encourage critical thinking. We need to support young people in developing healthy self esteem, and we need to foster a culture where respect, truly equal partnerships are the standard we champion. Let's continue the conversation by clicking on one of my other suggested videos. And at the end of the day, always remember past lack always presents itself as a present longing. What do I mean? People like Shannon Sharpe or other celebrities that came from nothing that felt like they were denied access to these women, to the wealth, to the power. When it gets it, it tends to pull them in certain direction. They see it as their right to go after the things they were denied in the past. Click on the video, the next video. Let's continue this conversation. I'll see you guys next time.